Um, we all already know what happens, or at least we should know. You've been on the internet long enough and you've seen enough movies. I know y'all have watched Oz or whatever other prison dramas. We all know what happens uh to niggas that go to prison and you feel me, they find out, you feel me, they put you in gym pop and it's found out that you did some sort of essay or you abuse children or you hit a woman or something like that, and that's what you're in jail for. We all knows what happens to them people, right? Um, so it was just a matter of time, in my opinion. Um, to me, all right. So this is kind of where my thing is. Right? Is it's equal parts weird and irksome to me when you'll see like something online, you'll go on the social media or whatever, and you see Megan doing Megan things, right? We y'all know what I mean by Meg things, right? And somebody will say something along the lines, uh, bringing up Tory, you feel me? Uh, as though to imply that Tory should redacted because Meg is attractive. You know what I mean? It's weird for me to see folk imply that that's why that should have happened. You dig what I'm saying? Uh, when those same people will talk about, you feel me, the cases that Dirt got on him. You understand what I'm saying? The cases that any of these other street niggas got on them, right? And make them out to be the scum of the earth when they're just moving according to the ecosystem that they grew up in. Again, I'm not condoning it. I'm not right, right. That's the implication. You feel me? That's the implication, right? And so it brings up this question about just how serious we are about these ideas and about these concepts when we reduce it to just that. You feel me? Is that it's just strange to me. You feel me? The different varying levels of value that folk put on human life, right? You understand what I'm saying? Because this person, the implication is that this person is worthy of a higher level of justice. You feel me? This person is worthy of a higher level of retribution. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're famous, or because they're famous and or attractive. You understand what I'm saying? Again, maybe I'm thinking a little too deep into this, but I've been in rooms, you feel me, where conversations like these were being had. You understand what I'm saying? I've been in rooms where you feel me, people's sense of it to a degree, yeah, it is. To a degree, it is kind of that perfect victim mentality. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that I've been in rooms where people's, moral compass switch up completely because of the context of what we talking about. You understand what I'm saying? And hey, listen, this is the thing. It ain't just it ain't just the white folks. It ain't just the white folks. It's the black folks that do it as well. For the folk that's celebrating, again, I couldn't care less what happened to that man. I really could have care less what happened to him before, but you feel me? That same energy, that you have for Tory, you going online saying, "Oh, they should have did this to him, they should have did that to him." I did, you feel me? Keep that same energy for Dirk's ops. You feel me? Keep that same energy. You feel me? For niggas that shot Vaughn. You understand what I'm saying? That shot any other one of Dirk's homies. You understand what I'm saying? And vice versa. You feel me? Again, this is just the ecosystem that they grew up in. Cannot pick and choose who is and who isn't worthy of certain forms of justice because you identify or because and not even that simply because you find the victim to be attractive. You understand what I'm saying? That let's just get down to it. Understand what I'm saying? Simply because you feel me, you got a crush on the victim. Now your moral compass completely flips. You dig what I'm saying? Where's the lie? You know what it is. It. I'll put it to you like this: the same folk who flip their compass in these ways are the same folk who tell them, mutual aid, mutual aid. We got to do mutual aid. You know what mutual aid is? Mutual aid is buying a bag of groceries for your neighbor up the street who can't go to the grocery store because they disabled. You feel me? And you're trying to save them uh the $15-$20 that Instacart that DoorDash is going to cost. That's mutual aid. You feel me? But niggas don't know that because they're not really serious about these concepts. Exactly. BP is in the chat, and that's exactly the point that I'm trying to get at. Is be consistent. You know what I mean? Right. You don't get to pick and choose. You are not judge, jury, and that you are not God. You feel me? You don't get to pick and choose who is and who isn't worthy of a particular type of justice based upon your own. Well, here's the thing. Well, don't our boys deserve better too? That's what I'm trying to get at. Why is her being beautiful even a part of the discussion? You understand what I'm saying? Doesn't a non-conventionally attracted black woman deserve the same form of justice that Meg get? And if not, then what are we really doing here? Then what are we talking about? You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? Right. Exactly. Right here. Hold on, I missed it. It should not matter. That part should not matter. It's the fact that he harmed a black woman. That is the reason why this form of justice is being enacted. You understand what I'm saying? Like Bellamy is saying right now. Niggas would not react this way. And let's just keep it a buck, y'all. Let's keep it a beam. Niggas would not react this way if it was a fat woman. You understand what I'm saying? If it was a disabled woman, a non-conventionally attractive woman, niggas would not care. And you know specifically which niggas I'm talking about? And I'm talking about the niggas that are online right now talking about all of the stuff that they would have did to Tory, blah 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 blah. My question is, why you don't do that for your own sister? Why you don't do that for your own mother? Why you don't do that for your own homegirl? Because like I said in the past, I promise you, every woman in your life, I promise you, has a story. Every woman in your life has a Tory Lanez. Every single one of them. Some of the men in your life have a Tory Lanez. But these niggas don't have that same energy. They don't have that same energy. I promise you. I've been in these rooms. I've had these conversations. I've seen it with my very own eyes. Niggas don't believe in protecting black women. They believe in protecting booty. Let's keep it a buck. That's what they believe in. It's not protect. It's not the truth is it's not protect black women. It's protect the booty. You know what I mean? That's what it is, man. So I say all of that to say I don't want to hear and I don't want to hear these posts about, about this, that, and the third thing or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? When you don't keep the same energy for folk who you see each and every day. You understand what I'm saying? When you don't keep the energy, because all right, so perfect example. So y'all know who Tarana Burke is, right? Hold on, let me pull up a picture. No disrespect. I mean this with absolutely no disrespect. So don't you niggas go running and doing what y'all do. There's a reason why Me Too did not take off until Rose McGowan what's the other old girl name that was in them 90s shows? Alicia Silverstone. And it's the same reason why niggas have more energy for uh and Alyssa Milano. I'm sorry, not Alicia Silverstone, Alyssa Milano. The same reason why Alyssa Milano and Rose McGowan got more energy than Tarana Burke did is the same reason why, you feel me, folk have more energy for uh 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 for you know physical violent justice being enacted on behalf of Meg the Stallion than they do for, you know, random whoever, Lil Durk homie back from old block, you feel me, that he redacted allegedly to get his lick back. You understand what I'm saying? So there you have it. No, my point makes perfect sense because the way the media frames it is dictated by the way that society interprets it. All media does is holds up a mirror to us and shows us who and what we are. You understand what I'm saying? The missing white girl syndrome would not exist if society did not put a precedence on missing white women. You understand what I'm saying? So again, the fact that again, even way after the fact, way after the fact, you feel me? We still sitting up here talking about what's happening to Tory Lanez while he's in prison. You understand what I'm saying? To me, it's less indicative of how serious people are about really doing communal policing. Understand what I'm saying? Really doing a restorative and retribution because folk is not consistent. Feel me? Again, those will be the same ones that'll look at, them videos of them boys in Jacksonville shooting each other up and like, oh man, that's such a shame. Where the parents at? You feel me? Where is who gonna stop the violence? Who gonna do this and who gonna do that when you ain't even got the story behind how we even got to that part? Again, people who have grown up in these ecosystems will tell you that anytime you hear about a so-called gang war, what that really is that somebody did something to somebody at some point and said, "You kicked my dog, so I'm gonna kill your cat." You feel me? You took out one of my homies, I gotta take out two of yours. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth when all you got is just a bunch of revenge killings going on. You feel me? Over the course of years to the point that now you got a new generation that's coming up. They don't even know what the beef started over. All they know is that we don't get along with the block down the street for something that happened, well before I was even born. Feel me? But because folk don't interact with these environments, they don't know that part. You feel me? Nah, the dogs and cats ain't safe. The dogs and cats ain't safe at all. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there you have that.